very abundant year. So actually, no, first thing we're going to start off with is just a little bit of psychology going into the new year. Not too long, we're going to do a market outlook, going to go through the fundamentals, go through this back test and just get you guys, up to date with all the trades we're going to take. But I want you guys to firstly understand something, man, that like you cannot come into trading and expect to be a profitable trader just by looking at the charts. Like I cannot stress enough the importance of trading psychology and really understanding that how you do one thing is how you do everything. All of your habits in life, like here's the thing, if you're impulsive on the charts, it's because you're impulsive in real life. If you have bad money management out of the charts, you're going to have bad trading account management. So don't just think that this is some magic wand you can just wave and learn a strategy and all of a sudden be a million fucking air. It doesn't work like that. Like we have to genuinely level up ourselves and become efficient and effective in all of our areas. And I want you to all write this word down, right? Congruency, right? Congruency. Congruency is about having your thoughts, words, and actions in alignment. Because too many of us, right, we're saying to ourselves, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and we're not following through with the things we're saying. If you're telling yourself you're going to spend an hour doing back testing, you need to be able to stick through that. And because success and failure, they're just habits, right? Being a loser is a habit. Being a failure is a habit, right? Being a winner, right, is a habit. And all of our habits have triggers. And until we can identify and master our habits, we're never going to be able to master our lives. There's something called the law of hypnotic rhythm, right? And that's a buzzword. You can research this, the law of hypnotic rhythm. It basically states that we're going to be staying in the same cycle, right? Just like, the law of, I think it's the law of physics, right? An object in motion will continue to stay in motion, right? We're going to be creatures of our own habits and we're going to stay doing these own habits until we begin to change them. So if you're right now not getting the results you want, it's literally because of one thing that you have made it a habit. And it takes 21 days to build a habit and it takes 90 days to build a lifestyle. So all you need to do for the next 21 days, the next 90 days is set your DMOs, set your daily method of operations and start to genuinely act as a winner, right? How would a winner walk? How would they talk? How would they carry themselves? Because all of this stuff, right, comes down to a few things. One, the habits. So we need to create the right habits with the DMOs. Again, I think we did that a training around Christmas times. Obviously, really, I see you mentioned it with the game plan that we went through, obviously on the training. So make sure you've got your DMOs. Make sure you've got your habits are in place. Now, I went through all them over Christmas. Number two, your self-image. You need to start carrying yourself and seeing yourself and basically brainwashing yourself that you are a successful trader. Because again, really quickly before we get into the charts, like a lot of success is spiritual. And if you have to start to assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. You have to genuinely believe and feel as if you are that successful trader now. Otherwise, it's never going to come into your life, right? I don't want to spend too much time on this today, but you have to genuinely start to brainwash yourself and convince yourself that you are a profitable trader. Oh, but Kieran, my trading account doesn't say that's fucking why. Because this is an inside out approach, right? You're doing the outside in approach where you're waiting for the things on the outside to tell you you're profitable. It don't work like that. Right? That's what broke people do. Broke people, they wait for the external to change and then they change. No, winners, we change ourselves from the inside because we understand that the world's a mirror. We understand that we are consciously creating our reality based on our internal state. So when you start to embody that vibration of I am a profitable trader, not just telling yourself it, visualizing it, feeling that you genuinely are successful, having that gratitude as if you've already had that withdrawal. If you already have the feeling that you've had 100K withdrawal from the market, why are you going to be chasing trades? Why are you going to be jumping in trades early? You're not. You're going to be coming from that abundant mindset. And then what's going to happen is your thoughts, right? They're going to put you in the vibrations. You'll start to attract the circumstances, the people, the places and events that are going to continue to further your goals. It all starts with us and it all starts with our inner mind. I promise you, if you're going through, like if your internal reality is not clear and is not on point, your trading will not be on point, right? So sometimes if you've got shit going on with your life, the best move isn't trading. If you're going through, let's say you're going through a breakup. Let's say you're going through personal issues. You've got a death in the family. You've got real life shit that's going on right now. This isn't a time to be alpha and trade. Sometimes you got to take a step back to get yourself right and get your energy right. And then once you are right, you can take a few steps back to make leaps forward. And again, I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I just want you to understand the importance of psychology because you have to work on yourself and you have to continue to grow your mind and evolve yourself. Otherwise, your trading will never improve. If you're spending all day long doing charts, 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 you will never be profitable. If the charts were the key, every single trader in the world would be profitable. The strategy doesn't matter, right? The charts are not important. What is important is yourself and your mindset and your energy. Until you can get that and your emotions in check and your habits in your life, that's when the trading account will start to grow. Whether your trading account is red or blue, it's always a reflection of you. Ooh, I'm going to say that again. Whether your trading account is red or blue, it's always a reflection of you. Now, we got that out of the way, right? Let's quickly go through this back test on U30 because it's a pretty clean one I saw from last week. And then we're going to get into this document. I will put this in the chat for you guys as well. There's a lot of articles in there I want you guys to read. This is some homework. And I might start doing these every week. But let's quickly go through this back test on US 30. So, we know that we've been seeing, global equities start to sell off for the reasons I'm going to get into a little bit later. But for right now, we'll just go through technicals. We'll go through the fundamentals in a minute when I go through the document. But yeah, obviously, we know we broke the market cycle on this. And then we ended up actually having a nice little redistribution across U30. And we know that we validate our redistros with our accum, our distro, and we obviously get our sign of weakness. And again, YM1, for those who are asking, is US30. But of course, this is the futures chart for the Dow Jones. And the futures chart is always going to be the most accurate. Now, obviously, once we got that sign of weakness, right, she ends up coming back up to the 50. Now, when she come up here, it could have definitely been, like a change of character, and it could have definitely been a distribution to build out like this. But unfortunately, she never did, right? If we just kind of zoom down on the lower time frame, what she actually starts to do is enter a bearish market cycle. So, we can see, she was reaccumulating, ugly trash distribution. It's nothing I can validate, but we break the market cycle. Now, even though we break the market cycle, for me, I'm not looking to try and take a trade in here. I think it's a little bit too aggressive because there's not much of we don't have much of a confirmation. It still could be very early phase A. It still could, create a larger schematic and still has room to go higher as well. But we confirm the bearish market cycle by redistributing, right? Let me kind of mark this up again. So we obviously have our little reaccum, right? We boof, and then we come in, and then we ultimately get this nice little redistribution over here to the right. Now, obviously, upon this redistribution, starting to confirm the bearish market cycle, let me ask you guys this. Are we good? Forget this, right? That happens next, right? At this point in time, are we good to set limits off these 50s and 80s if the risk reward's justified? What do you think? Or do we need micros? Can we set limits? Yeah, for sure. 100%. 100% we can, right? We've come into the POI to the left, right? Higher time frames bearish, lower time frames bearish. We're good to go, right? We confirm the schematic, right? Indices, I don't need 1 to 10s. I can take 1 to 5s. But yeah, ultimately, what does she do? She never comes back. She ends up redistributing again with a nice little Frankfurt sweep in there. So if we just kind of drop this down to like the M1 for a second, right? She comes in, there's a nice little micro accum. She ends up giving a nice distro, Frankfurt sweep, beautiful micro distribution in there as well. You generally notice that the future charts are cleaner. Yeah, man, they are super clean. She ends up, right, coming up to the 80 of the entire schematic, right? And then also you could have taken another entry. Give me 1 sec. I'm just gonna quickly shut the window. The neighbor's guard dog is kicking off right now. Don't even know why I have the window open when the AC is on anyway. That's not a good idea. But right, you could have played one entry right? Off the basically where is it? So let me delete this one. You could play 180, right? Off the 80 of the whole thing, which had nice confluence with a 50 of the Frankfurt sweep as well, right? And then another entry, she ends up coming in off the 80 of just the Frankfurt sweep. Obviously, trade management, first target going to be these lows. That's where we're looking to close. Honestly, on indices, I'd close half of the trade, man, in one session. Well, it takes like 2 sessions to come down, but I'd happy to close half the trade at this point on indices just to kind of pay myself. And then from there, right, next target, obviously come down, sweep out these lows, pay another 25%. So we close 75% of the order. And then finally, it's just a measured move, right? Isn't it took like 2 days, like two trading sessions to come down. So the entry was on like a Wednesday and it dropped on the Friday. And then obviously measured move. We know if this impulse is, let's say 100 pips, the next impulse down should also be 100 pips, whatever that is. Would you have held the trade through changeover? Why wouldn't I have held the trade through changeover? Um, Indices and futures? For futures, it depends on what futures, right? Futures is like a genre. What is this? A fucking TV show? A type of markets. Just like you have foreign exchange, you got currencies, you got the futures market. What would be the fundamental reason for Yeah, we'll go through the fundamentals in a sec, bro. I'm going to go through this document and explain why global markets are selling off and why the dollar is rallying. That's why I mentioned we're having a narrative shift. Yeah, because of manipulation and spread. What spread? This is futures, bro. No spread. What manipulation? This is futures. We don't get manipulation. This is the real market, bro. You get broker manipulation on Forex. But yeah, there's no spread on this. This is futures. When you get optimal trade entries, the OTE, all right, it sounds cooler than it actually is. Just like when you take an entry that meets the trading plan, you're not going to get shaken out. Like, that's it. Forex, yeah, the Forex brokers will do some bullshit because they want to fucking take your money and do some shit like that. That's why I've moved to trading futures. Um, yeah. So obviously from there, yeah, that was a trade. So it was a pretty clean back test on U30, man. I mean, there's a 1 to 38 and a 1 to 15. Yeah, it was really clean. So I'll definitely go and back test this. For your notes and for your resources, yeah, it's a pretty clean setup. Obviously, we'll go through the fundamentals on this as well. Kind of starting here. So, yeah, you can check COTs. Yeah, why not? Do you remember trading's a game of data, right? So how I see it is you use all the data that's available to you to make a decision. And, do they charge us to check COT reports? No. So why wouldn't you check it? Do they charge you to change the time frame? Do they charge you to go on Bloomberg? Do they charge? Well, they do charge you to go on Bloomberg, even though we have the paywall bypass, so it doesn't matter. But you know what I mean? Do they charge you to read articles? Do they charge you to ask questions? No. So yeah. Um, so what COT do you use? You just come on the website. So I use trading, not this one. This one, I use tradingster.com and I come down and I look what I'm trading. So in this case, for example, let's say we're looking at U30. We come down to the Dow Jones, COT Legacy, and we take a look. Obviously, you got to remember that these, you got to take these with a grain of salt. And again, please don't be the person who just looks at one thing. Like I've seen a few people do this recently where they're just looking at one thing, like for example, the blue box or COTs or one fucking concept. And they're like, oh my God, because of this one thing, I'm going to sell, or this one thing I'm going to buy. Like everything is a totality in trading, and everything is you're like a lawyer and you're building a case. Don't just look at one thing and say, oh my God, because COTs are bullish, I'm going to buy. You know what I mean? You got to look at everything and build enough evidence, just like being in a court of law, right? If you're a lawyer or you're in court, for example, you're not going to say, oh, there was, for example, oh, this guy was a murderer because he was in the same country. when the guy died. Like what? Doesn't make sense. You need evidence. You need to build a strong case. Yeah. So anyway, this was that a score check? Yeah, we checked dollar. Yeah, you can. I would check pound futures for GU, and the dollar would help as well. Yeah, but yeah, this is the US 30 trade. It's pretty clean. Has anyone got any questions about this one specifically? No? All right, cool. Aren't we in demand to the left? We're broke. You know, I think it's a high unless we've got some earnings coming out this week. We got JP Morgan, Chase, Wells Fargo, Citigroup dropping out their market. Earnings reports this week. There's some tech coming out like United Healthcare, Goldman Sachs as well. I mean, it's a small chance that the earnings could bump us up, but I think we might get a deeper pullback. A bit of a stretch coming all the way down here. Maybe we trade into this, like the 40K region, and accumulate. Um, but we're going to get into the whole fundamental kind of narrative on this now. So basically, like I think that the main reason is there's a big narrative shift in the markets, right? And this is what this article, you got to pay attention to this because what did we have on Friday, right? We had labor market data that come out. And you guys tell me before I open this document, what's going on with the labor market right now? No, I mean, the dollar's responding perfectly to the current fundamental environment. It's doing exactly what it says on the tin. Strong, you're right. It's very strong. The labor market is very strong, right? If we take a look, where's my little thing I wrote out? Did it not save? Yeah, look, right? Labor data is showing that over 256,000 jobs were added in December, right? And the unemployment rate is now dropped to 4.1%, right? So the labor market is getting much more stronger. So normally, right, we know the correlation with interest rates, right? High interest rates normally cause high unemployment, right? But we have quite high interest rates and the labor market's getting quite strong. It's doing the opposite. So the Fed are not really in a rush right now to cut rates, right? The Fed are not really in a rush right now to cut their rates. Furthermore, what's going on? Inflation. We're starting to see inflation start to tick to the upside, right? Went from 2.4 to 2.6 to 2.7. And we've got, right, more CPI data coming out this week. We've got CPI data coming out on Jan 15th. So if we're probably going to see inflation tick up. Obviously, I can't predict it, but if we see inflation tick up even higher, this is just, again, fueling this bullish narrative on the dollar right now, right? Furthermore, if you guys remember, right, in the last FOMC meeting, right, what's going on with the last FOMC meeting? Right, before I'm going to hide the chart. What's going on with the last FOMC meeting on a dot plot? What's the Fed saying about their rates? What are they doing with their rates? You remember a year ago, 2 years ago, they was like, yeah, we're going to fucking cut the shit out of rates. But what are they doing now? Damn right, they're less aggressive. If you look at their dot plot, right, what the dot plot is this basically shows us, let me go back and zoom in a little bit. The dot plot basically shows you the people in the Fed, because the Fed is made up of a committee and they have to vote on what they're going to do with the interest rates. And if you look at their voting, it's now changed. Their dot plot has changed. Like most people are not even in the next few years, even into 2027, they're not even they don't even want lower than 3% interest rates. They don't even want lower than 3%. All this means is each dot is like someone voting, right? 2024, they was voting to keep it around 4.5. In 2025, they're voting to keep it around 3.75%. They're not looking to really cut rates that aggressively anymore, right? That's a higher bond premium, higher bonds, higher dollar, bond yield specifically. All right. So there's basically a lot of fear right now with the Fed, right? That they're going to keep rates higher for longer, right? There's some really cool articles. I put up here for the earnings for indices if you guys want to read them later. But the main thing that's causing indices to sell off, the main thing that's causing this dollar rally right now is the labor, right? And what's going on with the Fed. Again, all these articles are in here. But obviously we can't predict what the Fed are going to do. But people are even talking about that there's going to be a pause. We know that the market and bond yields, we know that bond yields react to expectations with the Fed. And right now, there's expectations that the Fed are not really going to be trying to cut rates. I mean, even the Fed themselves are saying it with their dot plots. I'm not sure when the next FOMC meeting is. When is it? Next FOMC meeting is January 26th and 27th. So we've got another FOMC meeting at the end of the month, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check. Yeah, we got a federal funds rate end of this month. Got a new rate decision. So I think moving forward, right, we got to look at what's going on with inflation coming out this week. We got CPI year over year coming out on it's Monday today, isn't it? We got it coming out on Wednesday. So I mean, obviously I can't predict it, but I think if we're going to see inflation come higher, the Fed might start changing their tone. I don't think, and even if you listen to the Odd Lots podcast, this is what I was playing earlier. This is a really good one. All the links are going to be in this document. Basically, there's a top analyst here with JP Morgan, and he's basically like pretty much trying to say that the Fed are not going to raise rates, but they're probably going to keep them higher for longer, especially with these optics of inflation right now. So it's looking like a bullish dollar until otherwise, man. And that's why we've been seeing the dollar, right, rally, right? That's why we've been seeing the DXY on this absolute tear up. You look at, right, when the bottom of the dollar was printed, back in the start of October, right? That was when inflation started to pick up, October 10th, November, right? And December, that was it, right? We'll get into crypto. I know exactly why crypto is selling off. We're gonna get into all of this. So basically, right, the Fed, keeping rates higher for longer to try to prevent further inflationary risks because inflation is starting to heat up. Look at their dot plot. I'm going to be very curious to see what their new dot plot's going to be at the end of the month. So you also look at COT reports right now. Institutions are net long. They're extremely fucking bullish. They've actually removed 2,000 short positions. They're very fucking bullish on the dollar right now. Only two cuts they're projecting. That's what I'm saying, man. Like they're not trying to cut rates. Now it does like long term. I'm still extremely bullish on cryptos. Long term, I'm still bearish on a dollar, especially with Trump coming in office. It's just that, like, you got to remember, we're talking about these big macro fucking moves, right? Over the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Like if we're looking at this dollar distro, right, on the weekly time frame, this is the next move for the next 10, 20 years. All right. So of course it's gonna take a few years to start selling off. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to it, man, again, we're in terms of where we are now on the dollar, man, we're in a bullish market cycle. So it's follow the market cycle until proven wrong. Yeah, keep walking this thing up. I don't really see any reason for this thing to sell off until we basically see. Let me see what's ACL. I don't think we'll see the dollar sell off until maybe when Trump comes into office, but we see some progress with inflation and the Fed start changing their tone. Right now, bond yields are going through the roof. Bonds are selling off. Yields are going through the roof because the fears of the Fed are keeping rates higher for longer. That's it. That's why we're seeing the dollar go higher, right? Bond yields are screaming because the Fed are potentially keeping rates higher for longer. It's as simple as that. Does that make sense? We'll get into crypto, all right? But is that making sense of why and what is going on with the dollar right now? Okay, perfect. So We'll see what happens with inflation tomorrow. Sorry, Wednesday. If inflation starts cooling off, yay! Um, are we still in QE? Not really. No, the narratives, I don't know. I think we're starting to reverse. I think, well, obviously they're not raising rates right now, but it's like I look at it like a wheel, bro. It's never like it's not black and white. It's not a light switch. It's like a light dimmer switch. So think of it like you've got think of it like you got QE here, and you got QT here. So we know that QE is basically when they're cutting rates, right? We know that rates are coming down because inflation's down, right? We know that quantitative tightening is rates are being raised because inflation's through the roof, right? It's not black and white. It's like a spectrum, right? Like sometimes I think I'm on the spectrum, but it's a spectrum. So, like, let's say when we first started cutting rates and inflation was going down, then yeah, we was all the way QE. Obviously, when inflation was going through the roof and there was raising rates, of course, we was all the way QT. But I think now we're kind of shifting more like between the middle and kind of going back here. Obviously, there are lowering rates a little bit still, so we're not all the way quantitative tightening, but I think we're starting to move back this way towards quantitative tightening. I mean, there's no plans of the Fed raising rates yet, so that's why I'm not going to say that we are full on quantitative tightening, but we're starting to get there. So it's all just going to be, and this all the Fed say, man, that's all we can do is just follow the data. Right now, data is telling us to buy. Right now, the chart's telling us to buy. So I'm not going to fight this thing until we see some weakness. I mean, there's minor supply up here, minor supply um, that we could react from, but I'm not going to hold my breath on this. We've got a lot of strength coming into this. I think it's going to need to really build out, and we're going to need to see some progress of inflation and the Fed start changing their tone. But right now, the Fed, they're looking for not cut rates as aggressively, so that's why we're seeing this pretty much rally. And of course, and because of this, and the bond yields going higher, right? This is why investors are getting a bit scared with indices, and this is why we're starting to see indices fall and break market cycle. Where are they? Come here. I haven't been on this computer in a long time. I'm so happy to be back. Yeah, and that's why we're seeing this fall. I mean, it's definitely possible that we can get some lower pricing on these. Definitely. So for me, moving into these weeks, I'm going to be trying to short indices. So how I'm going to look at it, I mean, I'll look inside here for supply, and I'll also look up in here for a distro as well. I mean, ideally, I'd probably prefer this thing to redistribute again and catch this later in the week. Being a Monday, I'm not gonna even bother trading as soon as we finish this call. I'm gonna be doing something else. I'm not considering trying to trade today. It's Monday, but we do have this little order flowy redistribution over here, which we could see a small reaction from. I would be mindful, I would be aware that we could definitely take this out. Like, don't hold your breath on this. We could definitely sweep all this liquidity, right, and get a little distribution up here and come back up here. All right. It's a very, very possible that we could do something like that. So how I'm going to be playing it is looking for a micro in here, or potentially seeing if we can distribute up here and then catching the redistros all the way down. Again, on indices, like if you are doing the blue box, you can just trade market cycles in the blue box. But again, some of you like you get a bit lost in the source of it. Like this is what I mean about trading indices in the blue box. Like for example, on Friday, like we obviously know that we're in a bearish market cycle, redistributing, and then what does U30 do? She comes in, she gives a redistribution, accum, distro, breaks the ice, mitigates, and then what does she do? She comes in. Obviously, this is seconds. She comes in, gives a beautiful distro, change of character, one drive, two drive, three drive, manip, sign of weakness, and then even here, just playing off the 50, stop loss above the high, target the low, the leg, and then boom, little 1 to 8 in 10 minutes. You know, oh, 1 to 10s. Yeah, bro, give me a 1 to 8 in 10 minutes. I'm good with that. You know, there you go. Close full volume at the low and you're done. Quick scalps. That's what I'll be doing this week as well across indices. Currencies are a bit dry. It's probably going to be mainly indices this week and just following the market cycles, man. So, like, obviously, where we are now, what have we just done? All right. You guys tell me, what have we just done on U30? Where are we? What have we just done? Then what you did for this weekly data, we do this for the monthly narrative. What do you mean? Hyperstagflation? What do you mean? What is the blue, green, green? Am I colorblind? No, Albert, basically, so you got your sessions, right? This is New York Stock Exchange open. So there's like a golden kill zone, basically where you have all of the trading sessions open. So you've got, so if you just go to this website, Forex time zone converter, you can go to your local time zone and you can see all the trading sessions. The only other one that's not on here is the MYSE, right? The New York Stock Exchange Open, which is 2:30 p.m. UK time, right? So basically the blue box is the window when, like London's open, New York's open, and New York Stock Exchange is open. And obviously indices we only trade after New York Stock Exchange open. So like for indices between 2:30 p.m. UK time and 5:30 p.m. UK time is a window where you can scalp indices and follow the market cycle. I'm still happy to trade indices up till 9 p.m. UK time, but I'm going to be less aggressive trying to trade at that time. And again, like, don't be that guy, right? You know who you are. Right? Don't be the guy who says, "Oh my God, it's the blue box," and just fucking buys and sells any piece of shit. Follow your trading plan and trade your plan in the blue box if you want to scalp. Simple. All right, anyway, back to what we are talking about. So yeah, what did we just do on U30? Right? Destroyed the low. Possible rebalance, 100%, bro. So if we're going to rebalance, well, what do we need to do? We need to accumulate, right? We're going to need to reaccumulate. Now, it may be, tomorrow, if it does boof and show an accum and a reaccum, a micro, maybe there's a low risk buy to bring us up to supply, right? So we've got a bunch of liquidity to take out to come back to this 50 or even this 80 up here. Maybe there's a low risk buy in the week. We can get some rebalancing, weekly cycle, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we might get something like that, like pretty much last week was, the same thing. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I mean, like a lot of the time, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, you get reversals. So let's kind of see if we can get this little fake out on Monday, then kind of Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, do something like that. So again, I'll be following this market cycle. So any sort of in these blue boxes, again, not today, it's Monday. Any sort of schematics across indices and following this market cycle, I'm going to be following. Obviously for the macro, I want to see if it can come up here. I'm not going to be super aggressive because there is this liquidity, which I think can be taken out and we can come up into here. I think what would make the most sense is see if this thing can walk up a little bit. Obviously, if it distros, I'll short it. If we can get something like that and short the redistros down, would be good. Across indices. Blue and yellow does make green. He's not wrong. The settings. Yeah, it's just so If you do, so the one I use, I just type in best Asia range indicator. But again, Jonas has got a really good one. Mine glitches out sometimes, but you just add it on and just change it to this for the New York Stock Exchange. You're on a losing streak, like 10, 15 trades, and you're winning one, making your money back. And then 15 trades, I ain't losing, but I'm not making. How do you fix that? Well, you got to look at your losings, bro. You got to look at what's the commonality, right? There's a commonality between all of your losers. When was the last time you sent your losses in the chat for a review? When was the last time you asked me and sent me your trades? But you got to look at your commonalities, bro. You got to spend time in your journal. You got to figure out why you're losing. How you fix it is look at why you're losing because again, it's a habit, right? You're in a habit, you're doing something wrong. And it's probably that you're taking trades that don't meet your rules. And that's probably because of either one, analytical skills, or two, psychological skills. I don't know. I need to see them. But send your trades, bro. Get feedback on your trades. I haven't seen you active in the chat for a minute. So yeah, send your charts, bro. Like what you need to do is say, all right, let me do a sample size of 20 trades, right? And you take those trades based on the same criteria. And each trade, of course, you journal, you look at why you won, why you lost. And then when you get to the end of the trades, you're going to obviously have a certain amount of winners and a certain amount of losers. So let's say in your case, 15 losers, and it's okay. I've seen worse. Don't worry about it. I've had worse. I've had sample size where I've took 20 trades and I've lost all 20, right? And you go and look at your commonalities. So you look into your journal. So you tally, you literally just count what was the reason and how many times that occurred. So, for example, schematic with two drives, trading on a Monday, counter trend trading. I don't know. I don't know the reasons why you lost the trade. I need to see it. But you count them up and you look at what's the biggest reason. So if you found that, okay, out of 15 losses, 7 trades you lost because you're, breaking your rules and your psychology is not in check and you're taking trades that are not invalid. Well, that tells us you need to go and work on your psychology. You need to stick to following your rules and taking trades that meet your criteria. Or, for example, if they do meet the plan, well, that's impossible. I'm sorry, but 15 trades in a row losing is impossible if they all meet the plan. So you're probably breaking your rules and you're probably doing something wrong. Send them in. Let's see them. But yeah, like what I'll do is I'll look at them, figure out what's the biggest reason why I keep losing that keeps occurring. And I'm going to say to myself, all right, cool. I'm going to focus on this. Now I'm going to do 20 more trades. And the only thing I'm going to change is that common reason why I kept losing. And now at the end of it, your win rate should improve. If not, go back and you change one more thing in this new sample size. Um, yeah, that's it, man. You got to look at it. You got to look at what you're doing. You got to look at your results. You got pain plus reflection is what equals progress. I've been there. I've been there. And I mean, let me ask you this: if how many trades were there in December? I think I took 1 or 2 trades in December. When were they? This is harder than learning biochemistry. Is it harder than learning biochemistry? I think the thing is this, man. Like, let's define hard. Let's define hard. What's hard? The charts, the psychology. Like, nothing in life is going to be easy, right? But that's why you got to learn how to learn. Like I might have been luck, but before I started trading, I studied this book called Mastery by Robert Greene, right? And that taught me how to learn correctly. And once you learn how to learn, you realize that anything is possible and you can master anything. It just takes time. But the problem is people rush their process. They've got these unrealistic expectations from social media that they should be profitable in a certain period of time. Like you got to remember, trading is a profession, just like being a doctor. You wouldn't go into medical school or pilot school and expect to be a professional in a week or a month or a year. It takes time. Yeah. So and as well, when you put the indicators on, just always double check they're the right times. Right. So that's the plan for US 30. That's how I'm going to play it. Again, liquidity, going to be mindful of it. Maybe again, we'll see. We'll play it by day. We'll see what we can see. It like on the intraday scalps. We'll play it by day and see what market cycle we can see at the time. If tomorrow, we're showing reaccumes, we can maybe catch some small buys if we get micros for the confirmations up. Then we'll see if we distribute out of here. If we don't distribute, we're probably going to end up taking this, and then we'll just have to see. Like if we come up into here and distribute, I'm not going to sell the distribution, right? I'm going to wait for a redistribution and catch that. I'm not going to be picking the top. I'm only looking to play continuations. Uh, it's not letting me view that document, bro. Maybe if you can, um, yeah, it's more like 60. Yeah, quality over quantity, bro. Like don't worry about going through hundreds and thousands. Like spend like it's better to spend an hour reviewing one trade than spending 10 minutes reviewing 10 trades, you know? But if you like show me one of your losses, bro. Like show me your most recent loss. With schematics, does the entry schematic have to enter discount of the POI? Well, if you're buying, yeah, you want to be buying at a discount. Then you want to be selling at a premium for sure. Um, Oh, yeah, you missed a lot. I can't lie. We went for a lot of fundamentals. But it's okay. I've got a document you can read, bro. And if you catch up with your recording, you'll be fine. So yeah, that's the game plan with U30. I'm not catching tops on this. We're trying to play continuations on this. So I think yeah, we might see a little bit of downside pressure. Again, we got earnings coming out this week. Maybe the earnings can give us a little bit of a pop up. But you know what's really interesting? All right, let's do a little. You know what's really interesting? And we even boofed here on SPX. All right. You know what's really interesting? Look at COTs and SPX and net short. They are net short. So we boofed. Oh, those buys. Let's just go back to November price action, man. Fucking hell, that was beautiful. Oh my God. Yeah. So let's see. All right. If we can walk this thing down. We've got a beautiful redistor over here. Again, for the macro. Let's see if we can distribute out of here and sell this thing down. I mean, again, same sort of thing. Like, let's just say, New York Stock Exchange open and we accum and we booth and we reaccum a micro, then sure, we can play some counter trend. Excuse me, we can play some counter trend. My bad. We can probably play some counter trends up. But I'm more set on the shorts. All right. Again, just because I said we could counter trend trade it, like I don't want to see 50 fucking buy positions in the chats tomorrow. All right. If it gives a reaccum, if it moves, and if it gives a micro, yes. All right. But be cautious. I'm going to be very, very careful. All right. And I'm looking like for the counter, I'm looking to not trade. And that's every trade I take. I'm looking to not take a trade. That's how you got to look at it, right? You lot are coming here like, oh, I want to take a trade. That's why you're getting fucked, right? You got to come with this mindset that you don't want to trade. That's the difference, right? That's the difference. I'm looking for reasons to not trade. I'm trying to keep my money. Some of you are trying to spunk it. Right? You haven't took a trade this year? Good job. And that's the problem because like some of you are so motivated some of you are so fired up and you have this desire to be a successful trader, and that's the thing that's holding you back. And that's the sad thing because you can't you can't be motivated in trading. That's the problem. Like your energy and your desire that goes into the back testing, the shit behind the scene, the sharpening the saw. But yeah, I think I would be nice to get SPX down here. I think we've got liquidity as well, some beautiful liquidity targets as well, and a lot. I think this, yeah, I think this thing can. It's got room lower. I mean, shit. If this thing just wants to say fuck off and just reaccumulate, of course, then I'll reevaluate. But yeah, I want to try and wiggle this thing down. Maybe across today and tomorrow, we see it build out and accumulate. Of course, if we get the redistro, I'll be in this and be trying to roll it down. Cool. But yeah, guys, hold out on the questions for a minute. I'll get through the questions. Let me just get through the rest of the market outlook, and then we'll go for Q&As at the end, and I'll review your chart for you, brother. But yeah, let's try and short this thing down. Cool. That's SPX. There's some really important stuff on crypto as well. You lot need to know. Yeah, I'm not with Nas. I'll be honest with you, I'm not too convinced about these buys at this point. Yeah, I'm really not convinced. I don't really see much of a reason. I think we are in premium. I think we can probably come down here. This makes a lot more sense to revisit this reaccumulation, especially with the environment right now and seeing the way bond yields are tearing up. So I'll probably be less focused on Nas, but if she can wiggle into this redistro, we'll give it a go. And again, same thing applies. Like if we can get a little counter trend up with the micros for sure. But I'm gonna try to short this thing mainly and be patient. Of course, if it ends up redistributing and rolling over, we'll catch the redistros. But this is kind of the current levels I've got on NAS. I don't think I set. Did I set my alert on this? I didn't. Hold up, this AC is making me freezing. I'm not used to aircon, except I've been in for a month. Right, that's that. Are we good on indices? Any questions about indices and these charts specifically? Any other questions? We'll do at the end. Nope, perfect. So, next thing, right? Back to the article. You got the AC, I've got a heater on full blast. Oh, it's so cold there, isn't it? It's like -4 or something like that in the UK. Oh, another thing, right? Retail sales. We got retail sales coming out on Thursday, right? I think this will give us a bit more clarity on the on indices as well. I think if we see retail sales come out lower, it's a possible. Think about it, right? If retail sales are coming out lower, how is that going to influence indices? Oh yeah, man, it's crazy. Even when we did the event, and like I was, oh mate, I was freezing. If retail, yeah, right, down for sure. Right, if they're making less money, I'm saying high, yeah, but that's just guessing, brother. I mean, it's just gambling, man. Yeah, but it's just, I mean, the most important thing is the Fed right now. This Christmas is irrelevant. No, it's the Fed. That's the most important thing on the markets. You know, I mean, I'm not here to gamble, bro. I'm just gonna see if then scenarios. You know, like I've got no idea. I can't control what this is gonna come out as. You know, so yeah, I think based on the environment right now, it makes sense. Um, I don't know. I can't predict it, but I'm saying if this does come out lower, I think that's a recipe to bring the markets lower across equities and crypto. Who the fuck knows what's going on with the US government and crypto right now? I know I gave you a little sneak peek, right? Who knows what's going on with crypto right now and the US government? Yep. Hmm. US government are selling a shit ton of Bitcoin right now. No, no, no. Not 300 million. They're selling billions, bro. They're shorting the fuck out of Bitcoin right now. So I think, when we look at sentiment for a second, that 100K was euphoric pricing. Why they're selling? To fucking manipulate the market down? To buy it back up. That's all right. No, we're not coming down to 20K. I can pretty much I can't guarantee it, but it's very low probable in my opinion. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm still bullish this year. Don't get me wrong. I'm still, looking to buy the fuck out of cryptos. We just need a dip. I mean, we've been, market sentiment, we're in euphoria, right? Now we're in complacency. Why is the dip taking so long? Right? Denial, anxiety. Why are my investments going down? Panic, capitulation, depression, fucking moon. So yeah, I mean we've been talking about this dip for fucking I don't know how long now. I haven't brought crypto in a minute, so I'm waiting for this dip. And I'm going to be loading up on AI coins. There's a new coin I'm trying to get in on MLG, but I need a dip. I need a dip. Is it dipping? It's a little dip. I want a bigger dip. Not bad, but I want a bigger dip. I want a bigger dip. We'll see. I want the ultimate dip. I want to see if it can dip. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's in like the 50 now. I mean, it might, but I want a bigger dip. I want to crash. I want a fucking terminal shakeout. I don't feel like this is shaking anyone out. Like, I want to see a big brolic candle, massive absorption, and I'm gonna buy it. Something like that. And I think if Bitcoin rolls over and Solana starts rolling over, we could get that. Yeah, I mean, you look at Bitcoin, it's all this liquidity here. We haven't got a shakeout. Like, just think about sentiment for a second, man. Everyone who's been buying recently since August is most of them are sitting in profit, So let's shake everyone out. I mean, I don't like it doesn't make sense. Like where we are in the cycle, it would be the first time in history if we were to break this 50K region in terms of having that much of a dip in the last year of the bull cycle. I don't think we're going to get that much of a dip, but I definitely want to see a crash. The Silk Road, the US government selling all their Bitcoin from they well, they technically stole it, but they seized. All right, I think that's going to be part of this narrative. And maybe, listen, don't be surprised, right, if you see some new scary negative news come out the next few weeks. Like there's a new virus. I don't know what it's called. I can't remember what it's called, but there's a new virus coming out that's basically the same as COVID again. Don't get the vaccine. But they're starting to do lockdowns in the US in a few areas. There's a few global scares with this new virus. I can't remember what it's called. Yeah, it's from China. So maybe we're gonna get another little black swan before we absolutely rock it. That would be beautiful. So don't be surprised. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, so do not be surprised if we get a black swan event. So some really negative shit coming out. Um, yeah, obviously we got Trump coming into office. Long term, don't get it twisted. I'm still extremely bullish on cryptos. We just need, yeah, we just need to just give one more crash, basically. Looking at ETH, yeah, yeah, buddy, yeah, buddy, yeah, buddy. All right, yeah, we're coming a little bit lower on ETH. So ETH, if you guys remember, right, I was telling you guys, like everyone was saying, buy in here. I said nope. I said don't buy in here. Said phase B. Said I told you it's phase B. Um, yeah. The only thing that would have made me buy it is if we confirmed the reaccum, but we didn't. So I haven't bought any crypto yet. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I mean, I don't think this is going to hold realistically where we are now. I, like at this point, this looks like it's probably going to get wrecked. To be honest with you, I think we're going to come lower based on what Bitcoin's doing. So if ETH can wiggle its way down to this 80 and just bleed and just shake everyone out, 2,500 psychological number and fucking send it to the moon. Um, after was you not here at the start? I literally just did that the entire start of the call. That's what US. If you don't, maybe you don't know, US 30, NAS, and ES are the stock is a US stock market. ES is the top 500 stocks in America. NAS is the top 100 stocks in America, and US 30 is top 30 industrial stocks. NAS is tech stocks. Yeah. So this is a basket. You know, like that's why I said at the start, we got earnings reports coming out this week. You know, JP Morgan, which is a stock. Well, it's a bank and it has a stock. You know, yeah. So like, that's why we look at this, right? And I bet you the VIX is going up. Yep, the VIX is going up. How convenient. Coming to that 50, man. We're getting a dip. The VIX is the volatility index. Basically, when VIX goes up, stocks go down. Yeah, let's mitigate that and then fucking die. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, look at this. We've mitigated, VIX coming up, come to that 50, VIX go up, stocks go down. Yeah, so yeah, that's let's get ready, man. You're gonna see panic. We're gonna see it. You're gonna see this soon. Some big brolic candle come out. And everyone's gonna be scared. When others are fearful, it's time to be greedy. And then I promise you, well, I'm not a financial advisor, do at your own risk. I'll tell you what I'm doing. When we get this dip, I mean, shit, we can come a little bit lower. If we do any of these dips, I'm buying the absolute fuck out of to send this to all-time highs by the end of this year. If it doesn't, this is the first time in history cryptos have broken their cycle, which I doubt is going to happen. Because when you're trading crypto, you're not trade like this is the adoption of a technology. You remember, like macros on cryptos. You're trading the S curve. You're trading the S curve macros, right? Which shows you the adoption of technology. Just like for example, when TVs come out, planes come out, social media, it got adopted over time, right? And that's literally what we're seeing on crypto. So don't get scared just because we can see a little dip. Just get ready to buy it. I think one of the Rothschilds said that. Yeah, it might have been. What about pulling out cryptos? That's up to you. I'm good. I only add to my crypto portfolio, bro. So that's up to you. Um, how do you trade crypto? My bad. How do you trade crypto? Where from spreads on my broker? Um, change your broker. Use different broker. You can trade futures. Depends. Some brokerages allow you to trade leverage, like Binance or like BitGet. They allow you to trade leverage on there. What about alts usage not follow until the end of the year? Potentially. I mean, alts are going to do what Bitcoin dominance does. So So until Bitcoin dominance falls, your alts ain't gonna do shit. I mean, this can come higher. I mean, I would like it when it boost. I would like it to melt, but I'm not gonna be holding my breath. Like you gotta remember, like when crypto pumps, it's gonna pump. You know, a week of charts will take away these years of pain. Don't worry, just gotta be patient. Bless you, thank you. Did you get taken out your GU Monster trade? I don't even know, mate. I ain't even checked that. I haven't even checked my trading accounts this year. I'll be honest with you. Probably. Yeah, probably. I don't even know, mate. I haven't even checked this account. Uh, Probably. I have no idea. Probably. Well, rep GU. If GU breaks this, probably going to come a lot lower. Rip. Or maybe we get the monster shakeout if we see a progressive inflation. All depends what happens with this data coming out in the next few weeks. What is your exit plan? I sell my crypto. Well, I'm gonna take partials, of course. Nah, I close the GU short, man. I mean, yeah, no, I closed that. That was it. It was back here. No, I closed the whole volume, bro, when we took the low. When we was where was it? This is this one. And we'll go for currencies in a sec. But yeah. I think I closed I think I closed the whole thing here. Yeah, I closed the whole thing here, man. 117 in and out. Like, don't be like you don't need to like you got like I don't have a reason to target any lower, man. This is my target, you know? That's it. That's my target. I'm done. I mean, you could have done a measured move on it, but 117 happened really quick. I was out. Me and Pips of Persia were getting fucking blackout drunk. Um, so yeah, like you know what I mean? I'm not gonna be stumbling around London like, do I close the trade? No, it's hard to take profit at the low. Done. Simple. Right. Let's look at currencies then. So I'm going to be short in current dollar crosses. So let's look back at EU. Um, where are we? So we're lacking manipulation on this. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do get a little manipulation soon on some of this stuff. We are building a shit ton of liquidity. Um, So just follow the market cycle until she says wrong. I mean, this is all order flow though. This is the only thing. Oh, so I'm just trying to find the right AC setting. It's been a minute since I used AC. But yeah, I do want to short this. I'll tell you that. Um, I'm just gonna turn it off. All right. I don't want to be too aggressive trying to trade currencies. Currencies are a bit dry. Currencies are really dry, to be honest with you. We'll see if it pulls back. Yeah, if it pulls back, I'll short it. But let me look at the dollar again. Um, yeah, unless the dollar does something like this, a little shakeout and then reaccums, we can play the redistro. We can definitely play the redistro on EU. So sell here. I think it might be more of a redistro one. This thing's looking heavy. Um, yeah, there's really not much else. I mean, Maybe a cheeky little scalp if it wants to kind of do a mini one like that. Same thing I kind of just explained as a redistro, but yeah, there's not too much on the EU unless it wants to come up here. It's pop an alert there. I'm not interested in that. Got a bunch of liquidity here, some discount, so I want that to be swept and come up here. Um, what a night out. Yeah, it was crazy, man. I mean, bro, I didn't even expect it to drop that quickly. I remember was sitting me and him was sitting in a restaurant, I was eating, fucking, and then I opened my phone and I was like, oh, oh, nice. Where are we? So GU it mitigated this, didn't it? But I don't think she gave an entry. Did anyone find an entry on GU? I don't think she did. Mm, no, she hasn't given any entries, unfortunately. Um, it's just I don't really like all this, man. Look, like this is like there's no manipulation, bro. I mean, ugh, ugh, ugh. That's what's maintaining my market cycle on GU. So go up into that. Look at GU today. Yeah, I still like this. Sweep all these motherfuckers out. But this ain't gonna happen this week though. This is a swing. So there's we can follow the market cycle until proven wrong. Um, maybe that for something this week. We back tested it. What did you find? Oh, as in you didn't find it. You back tested it today. Yeah, my bad. Yeah. Um, maybe we wiggle up into this is just order flowy, man. I feel like I'm forcing it. Yeah, there's not really much here. I think with GU, I'll probably come back. What day is it? It's Monday. What's our economic calendar looking like this week? I'll have a look. I'll peep GU. GU is very volatile. But right now, I'm probably not going to check it tomorrow. Maybe if we can, I want to see manipulation. But my problem is I don't see any manipulation. So what the fuck am I going to trade? You know what I mean? So I think I need more data to develop on GU. It needs to give me more data to show me some sort of schematic. There's really nothing here. Um, I'll tell you something though. UJ is looking juicy. It's got room to come down though. But yeah, there are talks of the BOJ raising rates, but I don't think they've done anything. Last time I checked, they ain't raised their rates. Yeah, we got that next week, monetary policy stuff. Yeah, we'll see. If next week the BOJ they raise if BOJ raise rates, you're gonna see that. Yeah, Jay loves you, Jay. Yeah, but I don't know what they're gonna do with the rates. We'll see. If they pause rates or cut rates and this thing just mooning. Um, right, don't get caught up in there. This is just order flow. Um, I was trying to wiggle into something off this little reaccum before it turned into a larger distro, but she just never gave me anything, unfortunately. And now let's distribute them. Yeah, I think I'll wait for the buy on this. I mean, when UJ moves, it moves pretty quick. So we might be able to get a low entry this week on this. Again, if it redistros and we get a micro, maybe. Bro, what is going on? Like all of a sudden, yeah, this AC is like super powerful. All day it was perfect, and now it's like mega powerful. But I'm bullish on this man, so I'd rather wait for that. I'll be real with you, or I'd rather wait for the buys. Cocoa beans. You have to ask Jay for that one, man. So I quite like UJ. UJ's on the radar. UCAD. Uh, she reacted out of our zone, but did fuck all. Um, it so this needs a micro up in here, but this there's not much of manipulation on this. I would actually prefer it to do that. Yeah, I want that. So let me pop an alert on this low. Unless it's got the world's highest amount of volume. No, that's not on the low though. Fucking piece of shit. So let's see. Let's let that to sweep. And let's play this. I still want to take UCAD up to these equal highs. Just need a little dip diddy dip. So let's see if we can do something like that. And then it like if it accumes down here and then gives a little reaccume, I'll probably get in the reaccume to target those equal highs. Did you just get me that? Did it? 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 Oh shit! Oh, you're right. You're right. But this is what I'm referring to. I mean, this isn't on a very low priority list. I'll be honest with you. But maybe that. Mate, I've been waiting for these highs on UCAD for so long. Oh, we are fine, like since 2021, and we're finally coming up there. Um, EG, we'll look at EG. Where's EG? 4 hour, 4 hour. Yeah, it's possible this is an accumulation. But I don't really have much of a reason for it to accumulate here. I'm waiting for this low to be taken. Let's see higher time frame. My thing was I like this little pin bar we had, but now we're kind of showing a lot of strength on it. Didn't we failed to distribute? We just flopped. This thing's probably going to come a bit. I mean, I mean, where it is now at the 80, if it starts to break market cycle, I've got an alert down here. I'll consider it and maybe play like a little redistro into the week. Again, Monday, maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, something like that. But you obviously want it higher. Uh,
Yeah, I was looking at this. You see the distro that's taking place now, because I was looking at up here, yeah. But obviously, where we've already mitigated the 50, I thought, yeah, I'll probably stay away from that. Do you know what I mean? That's why I was kind of looking at a little bit higher up. So I wanted to get your view on it.
I mean, yeah, it's possible. Um, yeah, I mean, EG is not on the highest priority of watch list because obviously they're very closely correlating pairs. Um, where's yours? Your zone's up 855. 855. Oh, so like up here. I mean, it's possible. It is possible. The thing, you know what though, like EG is very low on my priority list because look how much liquidity there is on this. You know, there is so much liquidity being built on this. Hmm. I mean, it can. It definitely can. It's. I'm not holding my breath on it, bro. I'll be honest with you. It's not the highest priority on the list. I mean, the last sort of manipulation we got is here, but I think we mitigated this, didn't we? Yeah, we did. Well, yeah, we basically did. Yeah, it's always order flow on this, man. There's no manipulations. I mean, it can come up there, yeah. But are we gonna distribute in there? I don't know. It's all order flowy at this point. Hmm. Yeah, I'll be honest. EG is probably on the lowest priority of my watch list. I mean, I've got an alert here on this low. I've got an alert up there. It needs to print something super clean. But I'm not gonna be trying to like hold my breath and staring at this. Yeah, I was really patient. Yeah, man. I mean, last time I took it, well, I remember I waited like I think I took a trade. Where was it? In 13th of December 2022, and then the next time I traded this thing was I think here. Yeah, back in October. That's the last time I traded it in the last 2 years. So I'm not really bothered about EG. Check 5 minutes. What about it? I mean, I got check the day of the week, man. It's a Monday. When was it? When does your what does your journal say about trading Mondays? I mean, I see you. I mean, is it valid? Let's see. Mm, yeah, it's a distro, but there's no way in hell I'm shorting this. It hasn't done anything. And when you got this, let's see. I mean, look at all the buy pressure. Look at all this buy volume coming in. The sellers have not overcome the volume from the buyers. So there's nothing that gets me to short in this. Look at the volume. Price is going higher, volume's going lower. So it's showing you there's less people selling higher. That doesn't make sense. If we're going higher, there should be more people selling. See, I'm good. I mean, look, if this breaks that, then yeah, I'll look in here for sure. But right now, I haven't done nothing, bro. Unfortunately. I mean, it's a distro, I'll give you it. I mean, it's technically in the POI. But I'll be honest with you, I retired from trading Mondays. So yeah, I'm good. I don't want to trade today. I mean, if you want to take it, you're more than welcome. It's not invalid. It's not invalid. You got your 1, 2, you got your free drives, you got a type 1, your Frankfurt sweep. You do have no volume, a little bit of volume absorption. It's reaction off the 80. I mean, if you're in it, reduce your risk, put your stop above there. I mean, shit. But I'm good this Monday, man. I don't want to trade on Mondays. I've sat and writ in my journal too many times. Monday, Monday, Monday for losses. But yeah, I don't know if this thing's going to hold. Based on the volume and the way we're seeing this strength in the market, I mean, of course, if this breaks, then game, yeah. But the volume, look at that volume that came in for these buyers. Look at this pipsqueak volume on the sellers. There's more volume on the buy side bringing us up. So, like, obviously, I'm not a gambling man, but I'd probably bet this thing's going to get taken out. Again, it's not my job to bet if then scenarios. If I'm going to sell it, I'm waiting for that to break. Um, yeah, it's extremely. Unless we get some big brolic 4-hour close and it wants to break below that. Yeah, but I'm good, man. I mean, yeah, it's a distro. But on a Monday, I'm good. Silver. Right. What was she doing? So silver is building my reaccum. Finally. All right. So let's do a little top down on this thing. So All right, I think we might get the February move. This thing, Valentine's Day, last few years gives me trades. So Valentine's Day, I'm trying to trade the fuck out of silver and gold because you get a seasonal spike. I even got a video on my YouTube on this. I think I caught like a 1 to 200 on it once. It was insane. Um, so right, weekly time frame, right? I am holding the fuck out of my silver bars, and I think silver is a good investment, like to physically buy silver bars. I've been buying this since fucking like 11 cents. Um, but yeah, we're accumulated, obviously, we're reaccumulating now. Obviously, there is a small chance it can come down here, but it does have to break the lower time frame market cycle. Um, which is being maintained from here right now. So she is in the 50, right? Unfortunately, she didn't give me an accumulation that was valid. She just did one drive, two drive, and then she ended up now distributing. So basically, there is a chance this thing can redistribute, right? It very, 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 very likely can redistribute. But if it wants to reaccumulate and break this high, I'm all over the buys. So I'm just gonna pop an alert on there. If it can do that. But let's see. She can come lower. I wouldn't be surprised. I would love it to come down here. Any safes to store the bars? What do you mean? Like, do I have a safe to recommend? Um, I don't know. We have like, I have gun firearm licenses, so I can store it with my firearms. Um, yeah, like firearm, you need a like, you have a shotgun safe. Like these things are fucking brolic, bruv. You know what I mean? Um, yeah. Uh, yeah. So let's see if silver can give it a little reaccum. I mean, it's looking heavy right now. Honestly, wait, you know what? It is looking heavy. It is looking kind of heavy, actually. I'm gonna monitor this and play this by ear. Looks like it's about to give a type 4. If this thing comes back up, distros and redistributes, I'm in it. Mhm. Uh, if you get robbed, a robber would get a gun. Try me, is all I gotta say. Try me. Um, yeah, so let's see. I want a reaccum on this, but honestly, I think silvers is very low priority. I think it's going to be an indice week. Yeah, GJ looks shit. Everything else looks shit. Um, yeah, my main focus this week is indices, honestly, and that's why I spent the majority of the start of the call with them. Especially as you're in the blue boxes. So if we can see some nice schematics print across indices throughout the week, obviously high time frame narrative we spoke about. If we can see some beautiful little schematics, basically something like this in the blue box, this is what I'm looking for this week. And something like this in the blue box, any like tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, anything like this on indices or even the reaccums. I'm more on favor of the shorts, but that's my game plan. Give me your trends. Cool. So that's pretty much it across these markets. I'll be honest with you. This is my main watch list. Again, it's still early in the year. It's still early in the week. Don't be craven. There's no need to rush setups. Maybe we can try a short Bitcoin. Maybe Bitcoin. Let me short you. You give me micro. I mean, I'll trade Bitcoin on a Monday. That's the only thing I'll trade on a Monday because it's Bitcoin. And we trade that any day. Maybe you. Come on, give the dip. Give the dip. Well, yeah, I'll trade Bitcoin any day of the week, man. I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, you can trade cryptos any time of day, any day of the week. You're gonna have more success on the, in my opinion, on the latter days of the week during the right times. But yeah, I'll be honest, like, I'm not again looking for reasons to trade less. So yeah, let's see. Yeah, because the cryptos are 24/7, you get a lot of global liquidity in them. You can get moves any time of the day. So for me, I don't really find that they matter what time or day you trade. You know, I mean, this thing moves in Asia, this thing moves in New York, this thing moves in London, this thing moves. Been a minute though since I traded on Bitcoin. Last time was like November. Bro, November was clean price action. November was beautiful. November was like, I think November was my highest month last year, man. It was insane. I think one of my accounts was up like 35%, something like that. It was fucking insane. Uh, Dirty month. Yeah. Anyone got any other questions? I know Christos, are you still here, bro? I know you had a chart you want me to look at. Yeah. You want to send it again, bro, if you can? But yeah, keep an eye on all this key data for the week. But I think honestly, this week is more going to be indices for me. We've got earnings reports dropping this week, so it's going to be a nice week for indices. Um, what's ETH doing? Mm, yeah, drop it like it's hot, man. What's oil doing? Ugh, oil, oil. Rubbish. Anything else? I wonder when we're going to trade Australian dollar pairs again. What's the USDZAR doing? Let's trade the South African rand. Oh, we got a reaccum on the ZAR. Yes, boys. Yeah, can you convert it to a PDF? What is what's the Thai baht doing? No. No. Oh no, why is it going higher? Oh, fuck's sake. I think that week it makes it more expensive to live in Thailand. What's the GBP Thai baht doing? No. All right, we'll see. All right, you come back down here. I'm fucking moon you. Thai baht's getting strong, boys. Uh-huh. I remember the Thai baht was like 50, bro. It was crazy. Telling me a virus? Probably. My SQM did not work out. A lot of people moving out there. Oh, no, I hate it. I moved to Thailand to get away from those people. You know what I mean? I need to find a fucking island. You know what I mean? Australian dollar pair, all Australian pairs are trash, man. Anything else on the watch list I've missed out on? No, that's it. But Thailand is a beautiful country, man. I'd recommend everyone visiting if you can. We're gonna do another event soon as well. We'll definitely do one. I don't have an exact confirmed date, but we'll definitely do one. Like we'll do a few this year, and we'll do a couple this year for sure. We're gonna have a few. We're gonna have a few. I want to aim to do one every quarter, at least. I want to try to do four this year. Yeah, I have no idea yet on the dates, but I'll give you time in advance. Cool. So yeah, bro, I'm not sure where this PDF is, bro. I couldn't open that document you sent. Or just pop it almost. Or what about or drop the trading view chart if quicker. Definitely send me a virus. Small loss on GCAD. Let's take a look. GCAD.
Yeah, I'm just getting the other links up because I've deleted the chart already now, but it's on my journal, so I'm just getting them up real quick.
12th of January?
Um, this was 7th of January, so last week Tuesday.
My bad. Uh, I thought it was Sunday. I was like, how are you trading on a Sunday?
No, no.
Uh,
Hold on, let me got some more here.
oh, hang about. Where's GCAD's not on my watch list? That's weird. Huh, that's weird. It's
Uh,
being driven by the pound right now, isn't it?
yeah, so I was looking at obviously I was looking at it as if it was being driven by the CAD, but obviously I know the COTs were showing that pound was being massively bought up as well, which would have obviously helped this to go higher. So I kind of put the two together, and then on top of that, obviously with the higher time frames being bullish, and then obviously intraday also was bullish, and then obviously lower time frame had come into the just shy of the 50, if I'm not mistaken. And then it's annoying because I deleted all the charts. I would have just sent them just one by one. Should have gotten.
So I'd be very mindful that we are in the extreme of the extreme of the extreme. Um, you're buying it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I was buying that.
1717960. You said it was on when? Tuesday.
Tuesday last week. It was like 9 something, like 9 a.m. or 9 something a.m. anyway.
So like in there. Wait, what? The ninth you said, right? So
Nah, 7th.
oh, it's my bad. I don't know where I got the ninth. Um, oh, where is it? Mate, you know what it is? I'm getting a bit fucking tired at this point. I've been sleeping at like this time in the last week. Where is it?
Yeah,
Seventh
I can
here.
imagine your sleep cycles change obviously now that the times are
Yeah,
different.
it's crazy. So we said seventh till it was in the more. Oh, in here, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
hold on,
So
double check.
let's do this top down. So right, let's see where we are higher time frame. So we are in the 80. All right, we're in the extreme of the extreme. What we do? So we've got a lot of supply to the left. We are building. Oh my God, I'm getting spam called right now. Chill out. Um, a lot of liquidity. So you're buying, we come into this, it's a reaccum. It does look like it was being driven by the cab, but now it seems like it switched. Um, in the 50, I mean, right off the bat, I'm already starting to think I can't see a lot of effort in here. Ah, I know your mistake here. Well, I wouldn't say mistake, but this is a reason why I lost a shit ton of trades. I don't know if you can see it, but my thing is, if I've got demand, why am I not breaking these little itty bitty supplies? You know, like
Yeah,
I've lost so many trades in this exact situation. And number one, we've got no effort of buyers in here. So if anything, right, like, I'm at the 50, so I've got room to come lower. I don't want to be aggressive. I've got supply sitting here. I boofed. I've got room to come lower. Remember where you are. You are in supply up here, right?
yeah,
Um, pound set or what was the pound doing on the 6th of Jan? Was it selling off? Was pound futures selling off on the 6th of Jan? Or pound futures in supply on the 6th of Jan, not going to help. What was CAD doing on the 6th of Jan? Was it 6th of Jan? It was kind of like in a bit of a distro. Kind of like in a distro. So I would be kind of cautious that like this could be our first change of character. So these are the things I'd probably write down in my journal. Yeah, I'd be looking at probably this is a one drive, a two drive, something like this.
yeah,
Especially that we got this like you got big supply and then you got a minor little redistro in here that's got cause and effects as well. So my thing is like if there's buyers in control, why are we not breaking the supply? And then do we have any volume in here? Okay, got some volume in there. But then this is the definition of effort and result, right? You got effort, but where's your result? You know what I mean? What did it do? You got volume, you got power, but like, bro, that's like you putting your all in trying to knock someone out and they just stand there unfazed.
yeah,
You know what I mean? It's a bit
yeah, yeah. I
disheartening.
get it.
Like they should drop. You know what I mean? So I think that's one early in the year as well. Is probably part of it. Very low volume, and there's no effort on the buy side. Even down here, like this screams no buyers. So I would be kind of looking at this as more so like being at the 50, like SC, AR, because if you think about it, like if we are kind of trying to go lower high, lower low, that's our change of character.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? We'll have to zoom out a little bit more. Like that would probably be my change of character. Uh, yeah, so I would say being at the 50 looks like phase B of a larger schematic. One drive, kind of like going into a two drive. But then, yeah, so for me, like this is probably one of the biggest red flags. This little minor supply. Like if, for example, just pretend we somehow shifted this and it like the top of this was like here and there's no supply because this is not really, you know what I mean? I would be okay with it. Um,
yeah,
but I've lost so many trades, man, when this happens here, where it like does like a schematic or whatever and just comes in supply and retraces.
yeah, yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
like
yeah, so wait for that high to get broken.
yeah, and like cool, we're seeing the volume, so it's like, all right, bet, all right. That's juicy volume. That's very nice. Especially in the little Frankfurt sweep in the New York Stock Exchange Open. It's very
That was the
nice.
other thing that sold me as well, literally.
Yeah. But again, it's got no result. Didn't do nothing. Why does this have more supposed to have more power than this, but it can't break it?
Mm.
You know? it should definitely be able to break that, and it can't, which is really not good. Um, yeah, and let's see, being at the 50. I mean, CAD was technically an active distro. UCAD was an active distro at the time. Pound was in supply as well at the time, which is not helping. And again, same sort of thing here, higher time frame. Like you're at the extreme and the extreme and the extreme, and the 80% of this massive redistro that has cause and effect. So I would at least want to wait for that to break. At
Yeah, that makes
least. But we are, I mean, put it like this, bro, right? Forget it's a daily time frame. This is a 1 minute time frame. What are you gonna do?
yeah, probably wait.
Yeah, wait for something like this. Yeah, or something like that. All right. Um, yeah, I mean, let me see. What was the lower time frame? And again, like, there's no organization, bro. Or like, it doesn't look like anyone's controlling this. You know, I mean, obviously, everyone's gonna have losses. I'll take losses, but like,
Yeah,
if I was journaling this, that's what I would say, bro. It just lacks a lot of organization. Oh, wait, what? It looks different. What? Oh, I think it's FXEM. Is this the right area? Yeah, it is. That was
yeah,
your entry in here, right?
yeah, exactly. No, hold on. Wait, why does it look different? Yeah, no, it does look different.
It's
Because on
very different.
yeah, because we got the sweep on this one, on my one.
Yeah, this is some we got some discrepancies here, man. Oh, the indicator's off. There we go. That's why. Let's try. This is why you always got to double check your indicators.
Wait, what? That is so weird.
Yeah, sometimes these indicators be bugging, bro. I don't know, man. But like, I would say for me, I wouldn't even be on the lower time frame there for an entry. I'll be real with you. I think if I'm going back to like here, where I'm going to be trying, like, obviously trying to say this is a POI, I'm going to be well. Let's say here when it quote unquote confirms your reaccum, like I'll be very mindful this is that. The only thing that would make me say, okay, right, trump the phase B, because again, that being a change of character, I would say I would need the cause and effect. And upon the cause and effect, I'd fib that. That would be like my 50. Then I'd have confluence in there. Now I
Yeah,
could probably
yeah, makes
start,
sense.
yeah, start building it. And
Yeah,
just being like, when I look at this higher time frame, supply to the left, supply to the left. And obviously, I mean, you can obviously add to the 50. And yeah, like obviously, if we broke the bearish market cycle, I'd be game.
mm,
But we didn't. It's just lost a lot of trades like that for me in the past. So I'm very careful when, like, I've got a schematic and it trades in supply and starts reacting out of it. Like, my thought process is if you're going through all this effort, putting all that volume in there, why can't you just go the extra mile? It's like, training for a fight and then not going to the fight doesn't make sense, you know?
yeah,
So, yeah, that's what I'd say on this one, my bro.
yeah. Appreciate that, my brother.
I got you, my G. Um, oh, mate, we got to post some content about that
Yeah, bro. Do you know
event.
what? I was on the phone to Aladdin 2 days ago. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm gonna get some shit sorted out.
Yeah, he sent me the videos, man. I haven't even looked at them yet. I'm excited.
Yeah, I looked at a couple of them. They're clean still. I can't lie.
Sir, yes,
Yeah,
sir. Yeah, I'm gonna send the document to the chat after this. So, Christos, one thing, you're trading AD pairs. Why the fuck are you trading AD pairs? Delete everything AD and entity pairs off your charts until you can tell me what's going on with China and what's going on with the imports and exports. And right now, China is absolutely fucked. Right. So what do we have here? So higher time for a narrative. Um, Wait, what? I'm confused. Wait, SPX chart. Why are you showing me a dollar chart? I'm so confused. Why are you showing me a dollar chart? The, what? There's no correlation with the dollar and stocks. There is zero correlation with the dollar and the stock market. And if you want to go down that route, dollar lags like crazy. So you need to look at the DXY. What are we doing on this? Well, I don't like this. What's the POI? I mean, you're very high in the leg. I mean, so you distributed. I'd be waiting for it to come down here. 6.8%. I'll be waiting for it to come down here. Um, I mean, but look what you said. OF. What are you gonna do if your girl does OF? You know what I mean? That's not your girl. You know what I'm saying? You stay away from the OF, bro. Yeah, man. Don't trade the OF. Don't marry the OF. And yeah, this isn't a drive because it didn't stop. Like your first drive should stop your trend. If it doesn't, it has to be a type 4, a descending wedge, and it's not. So this is not a drive. Yeah, all order flow is so you're like, yeah, bro, you're buying like you're just trading highs and lows at this point, bro. Um, yeah, this isn't. I mean, that I can give you that as a reaccum, but it's looking like it's setting up a bit of a distro. It's like stuck in a range. You got all that liquidity, could probably shake out. Um, Anything that would be my trading range. Um, I mean, she. Let's see. I mean, what was your drive? So you got one, two, but this is the thing, bro. Like when I'm looking at this, like I'm squinting my eyes, but my thing is, why do we even go to this lower time frame, bro? You know, but that's my leg. You know, I'm in premium, bro. Like I'd rather just wait for it to come down here and buy it out of here. You know, like this is a 1 minute chart. Just wait for it to come down here. Yeah, buy for like, let me ask you this, bro. You're gonna you're gonna go buy a car. You can buy your car at 56K, or you can buy your car at 53K, or you can buy your car at cheaper 53K, or 52K. Where are you gonna buy the car from? Yeah, like if this is a 1 minute chart, what are you doing? You know, I mean, it'd be different if I had if I had a bigger shakeout and it tried to come lower. Um, yeah, I mean that would be my drive. It doesn't really look. Yeah, I mean I've got no reason to really look in there on the lower time frame, bro. To be honest with you, volume looks good. I'll give you that, but I think this is all higher time frame. I mean, also, broski, she already mitigated and she tried to go. Oh, you did just get a new car, bro. Congrats, man. Looks like a spaceship, bro. I see your little post on your story. Looks nice, bro. The fuck yeah. I don't know what it's called. What's the I don't know the knob. You got the little knob thing sick. It's sick. You got a premium whip when you got that little thing. Um Yeah. But yeah, look, bro, it mitigated, man. So upon there, the schematic's finished. You know, so like if that was going to be your 80 limit, bro, it should have came. So when she does that, I'm done. So if that was your 50 entry, reduce risk, takes you out, reduce risk. I can imagine you, Nathan, with your heated seats, toasted buns, all sorts.
Yeah, bro, I can't lie. Yeah, 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 yeah. Man. Trust me.
That's it, man. But yeah, I hope this makes sense, Christos, bro. This trade should have been invalidated higher time frame, and it already mitigated. I mean, I got no reason to be up here on there, bro. I'm sitting here. You're in premium. Let's see some of your others. And these back tests or trades you took? ACAD, yeah, bro. AD pairs are a mess right now, man. They're just being hedged in, and it's really unclean. Um, okay. Um, mm, 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 mm. So already AUD pairs and NZD pairs are absolutely disgusting. I wouldn't even trade these. I'm just going to review it for you, but you've got no reason to be on this chart, right? They've been hedged in. You're seeing distributions, accumulations, distributions, accumulations. Nothing is holding, right? You've got three environments: bullish environments, bearish environments, and fucking bullshit environments, right? This is a bullshit environment. Nothing's being respected. Lows are being swept, highs are being swept, lows are being swept, highs are being swept, lows are being swept, highs are being swept, right? Why? Is because the Central Bank of Australia literally does not know what they're doing. They had literally said, unless recently they've changed, but last time I checked, the woman literally said, I don't know what I'm doing. So if the central bank don't know what they're doing, I ain't trading it. These have been off my watch list for a long time. Again, look, accumulations, failing. Distributions, failing. So when I look at this, it's just a mess. It's got nothing to do with it. I ain't been trading this for a while. Um, uh, Now here again, you're trying to short, right? But look what you've done, brother. You've just again forget that though. Looking at the technical chart, you've just reacted out of demand. All right. If you're selling off, like look at in a bearish market, right? When we was bearish and when the fundamentals were clean, distributions are destroying demand. All right. Whenever in a bearish market do you see a reactions and strong bullish intention out of a demand zone? You don't. You know what I mean? So why is it not breaking that? Secondly, yeah, look at that massive reaction out of demand. Should have broke. Thirdly, if that's your distro, that's your leg, right? If this is a 1 minute chart, broski, again, treat every chart like it's a 1 minute. You're waiting for that. But then why would I even be waiting for that? Because I reacted out of demand. So you see what I'm saying? So like it's not like this is the thing. You got to know when to stop. Like for me, I would have stopped from the fundamentals. But forgetting that, here, look at this, I'm done. Forcing it, look at this, I'm waiting for that. But even then, forcing it should have broke that. So at this point, like we're not breaking that. I'm finished. And again, here on this time frame, that's your schematic, right? So that's your leg. So all this is just lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. you need to wait for something like that to distribute to go lower, or lower, high, lower, low, lower, high, lower, low, redistro. And like that impulse here get broken to show you the buyers are fucking gone. Yeah. And then here, order flow, building a lot of liquidity. Again, it's the OF broski. We know what we do with the OFs. Haram. Here, there's nothing to fib, my brother. You've just got a one drive and a two drive. That's not a drive because it doesn't come to the bottom of the range. And there's a microaccum in there. Um, yeah, go for it, bro. Um, yeah. So like you see what I'm saying, bro? Like I'm not even going to continue going through like these lower time frames because there's reasons why not to, you know? Like obviously forgetting the fundamentals on this chart here, biggest thing is we're just sweeping everything. There's no clear direction, you know? We're not in a trending environment. We don't have a clear market cycle. Here, top of the leg. Yeah. Yeah, cool. I think you sent one more. ECAD and then U30 case study. What font is this, bro? It looks very sophisticated. All right, brother. What am I gonna say? Can you guess? No. You show me a 15-minute chart. Where's your weekly? Where's your daily? Where's your 4 hour? Where's your 1 hour? That tells me when you're analyzing, you're probably just jumping straight to the 15-minute. When was this? 19th or 26th of what month was this, bro? Yeah, you gotta do those top downs, man. Yeah, you got to do. You always got to do those higher time frames because that's what's important. You know, like knowing where I am on a higher time frame. It just I don't know what it's doing on a higher time frame, so it's hard to even say that I can't just look at this. And look, you broke your reaccum here, so you came. Look, you reaccumed. Yeah, you mitigated. You printed a new high, and you broke. So it's finished. That was your entry. You know what, broski? It might be some psychology, bro. You know, like you've got a desire to be a successful trader, and I think this desire is like it's overpowering your judgment. You got to try to. This is where we've got to work on our psychology now and start to regulate our emotions. I think what you need to do is you need to start doing two things. One, going back into your prior experiences from your trades, meaning not just looking at forget the technicals for a second, bro. Look, go back and like visualize and remember from a third party perspective of you. So, like, imagine obviously you sitting in your chair. Imagine you sitting in your chair from a third party when you're analyzing and when you're trading. What's going on a bio in your body biologically? What's happening? Is your heart rate increasing? Are you getting tense? Are you getting frustrated? I used to be fixated on the chart, bro. I used to be fixated on the chart, right? Meaning that like, bro, I'll be so locked in like this, like I could not physically move away from the chart because I was so hungry to succeed, which was a biological signature. My emotions were clouded and obviously would cause the mistakes. So what you need to do is firstly go back in your experience to try and figure out what are those biological signatures. I can give you a few, but ultimately this isn't something that can be taught. This is something you have to learn about yourself. So what can they be? It can be things like your heart rate. I ain't gonna tell you what I don't do. I have an optical armband, which is a heart rate monitor, right? And I put this motherfucker on. And you know what it does? It feels weird. You know what it does? It reads my heart rate. And you know what it tells me? Kieran, you're aroused. You know what I mean? When I'm aroused, it's not time to trade. I don't mean that arousal, Jonas. You know what I'm saying? Breathing, heart rate going up, physical tension in your body, right? Like physical, like if you just put your shoulders up like this, like really tense it and just relax, you're now aware of the tension that wasn't there, that you wasn't aware of before, right? So physical tension in your body. It might be a fixation to the charts where you're so locked in the current moment, you're not taking a step back. You know, your breathing style. Maybe you're taking slow, shallow breaths. You're not having fast, shallow breaths, not slow, deep diaphragmatic breaths, which is what you want. Might be tapping your foot, might have a knot, might have an urge, might have a desire to trade. Everyone's different. Some people clench their jaws. Some people tap their feet. Some people, yeah, everyone's different. But so you can go back to the experiences through visualization. You can record yourself, right? Next time you're trading, put your phone or you go on Zoom and record yourself. You know, um, but the reason why you do that is because you need to know the trigger. Because what's happening now is you're not aware of the trigger. You're not aware that emotions are going up, and that's when it's fucking you over. So we need to bring ourselves back to that moment of when the emotions are getting aroused so that we can cut them out by walking away from the charts. Because there's nothing you can do to fix it in the short term. In the long term, you can, right? But in the short term, you have to physically walk away. There's no other way. Like if you clock those emotions and you're like, oh, I'm going to overcome the emotions, it's not going to work. All right, you got to physically walk away to calm them down. It's literally like if you're drunk on alcohol or high on drugs, you can't just sober up. You have to take physical time to calm the emotions down because you've got chemicals going through your blood. That's what emotions are, chemicals in your blood. Yeah, it could help, bro, because you could get a third party perspective. But I would say like start to record yourself when you trade as well, and discuss it. Also, ask us like look on the other side of the coin as well. Look for reasons why the trade's wrong. Like, don't just be locked into one side of the coin. Like, look at reasons why the trade can be wrong as well, and see if there's reasons that it can lose. And write out all your reasons for it to win and all your reasons for it to lose, and count it up. You should be 70-30, right, in reasons to win. Um, Yeah, and then obviously this way you can go work on your belief system and check in on that desire because it's your beliefs that affect your actions, which affect your results. So if you want new results, you got to take new actions. You want new actions, you got to change your belief system. So we have underlying beliefs that are glued to these emotions. So what beliefs do you hold? So this is where you have to do the belief examination process. This is where you need to go in and examine the beliefs. And this is something you can't be taught. Of course, you can go through the resources. I mean, if you check the resources chat, we've put a few recorded courses in the resources chat on this. I think Jonas, you're the guy who sent them, so appreciate you. But belief examination process is sitting down and genuinely asking yourself, like, what do I believe about success? What do I believe about trading? What do I believe about winning? Right? And when you ask yourself, well, you got to look at your actions, right? And think, well, what do you believe about money? How have you made money in your life? You probably made money through working a job, which is a normal thing. And you got to think, well, in a job, how do I make money? I work and I get paid. So you're bringing that belief to, oh, I'm working on trading, I'm marking up a chart, I take trade, I get paid, which is not the reality. Most of the time, we're on the charts, we're not taking trades, you know? So that's a belief. And now that belief of I work, I get paid, you're bringing to the markets. You see, it can be a belief about your self-image. Maybe you don't. So, and this is the thing because called. So a lot of these beliefs are subconscious, bro. Like there's a lot of topics you can research called like if you just research your subconscious mind and your paradigms and your belief systems, like a lot of this stuff comes from childhood and how we're brought up. So you got to go back in your childhood and look at like your environment and how your family and your parents or people who are around when you were a child, how they're living. Like for example, when I was a kid, I used to believe that, like, like, and when we say beliefs, it's like the first thought that comes up. That's basically what it is. So it's like when you think about money, what's the first thought that comes up? For me, it used to be money's hard to acquire. Hmm. Why is money hard to acquire? Because I have to work all these long shifts to make peanuts. I'm seeing my fucking family working long shifts and making peanuts and not living the life I want. So, oh shit, I believe money's hard to acquire. I'm like concluding that. Um, Obviously, Randy Howell's got a lot of good stuff on belief work, bro. There you go. How much you want it? So, why do you want it? But that's it. It's that desire. It's that desire of how much you want the money. That's what's fucking you up. To get to live how yeah, but why can't you live how you want right now? We all have the freedom of choice. Yeah, we might be limited in the capacity of being able to buy something because of the number in a bank account, but you can still technically live how you want. Because here's the thing, is it really that you want the money, or is it that you want the feeling associated with what the money can do for you? Let's be real. Do you want to have loads of money and be fucking depressed? The feeling, right? So why don't we generate that feeling within? Generate that gratitude from within. So we're now completing ourselves from an inside out approach, not outside in, not, oh, this thing gets me good feeling, but I get good feeling. So now I get the thing. You see what I'm coming from? So, and it sounds a bit counterintuitive. So you generate that feeling from within, that gratitude as if you already have it. Now you put yourself in an abundant mindset, and now you start to attract the thing to you rather than chase it. Because when you're saying, "Oh, I want the money," you're affirming that you don't have it. So you're pushing it away from you versus attracting it to you. You see what I'm saying? Because here's the thing: it's not what you do; it's the place you come from. Because look, you just said you think about money, how much you want it. So you're coming from a place when you trade, you've got this burning desire to make money. So you're chasing the market, and you know what it's doing? It's running away from you. Versus when you have that feeling of abundance, right, from within, and it sounds crazy, but you got to be a little bit crazy to make some crazy money. That feeling of, oh, within, I already have it. And now you're not chasing it on the outside. Now you're letting it come to you. It's like, you ever had a girlfriend, bro, like when you was a bit younger and you're like obsessed with her, chasing her, chasing her, chasing her, chasing her, blowing up her all day, and she's not interested. Versus you get older and you're like, cool, I love you, but I ain't gonna chase you all day. I'm doing my thing. You find that she's a bit more interested in you. It's funny how it works. She starts chasing you, right? So you know what I'm saying? So when it comes to the markets, it's not what you do, it's the place it comes from. It's abundance versus scarcity. This is what, like, what's the difference between abundance and scarcity? Scarcity is, I don't have the money now. I need to make it through the markets because I'm scared it's not going to come. You have a scarcity belief system. You believe that maybe you might not have enough with you right now. So you want more. And because you want more, you're now going to the market to try and get more. Versus the belief that I trade from. And when I didn't have money, I had to create this belief system for myself so that I could get the real money. Does that make sense? So I had to convince myself in my head that I have the money, and now it started coming because it's energy, bro. Like this is some scientific shit, and this has been proven. The CIA have documents on this stuff that's come out, right? It's called the gateway process. But the universe is basically holographic, meaning that you can literally create the fucking world in front of you through energy. And basically, it's through your thoughts and your internal reality. So it's like a mirror. What is going on in the inside is going to project on the outside. So if you're coming from this scarcity mindset, I don't have it, I need it, I want to get it, because you only want something that you don't have, right? You only want something you don't have. So you're coming from a place that I don't have it, you're affirming that you don't have it, you're putting yourself on that vibration that you don't have it, so you're attracting more that I don't have it. Versus coming from that place that I have, even if the material doesn't show you have it, you assume it. The Power of Assumption, fantastic book. The Power of Assumption by Neville Goddard, fucking amazing book, right? Very short, very powerful, very punchy. You assume that you have it, you put yourself on that vibration, even if the material doesn't, you don't have it in your bank account, don't matter. Spiritual plane first. You affirm that you have it, you put yourself on that vibration, you then start to attract that place, those people, places, circumstances, and event into it, because you don't get what you want, you get what you are. It's a mirror. Does that make sense? So it's these little internal shifts, because here's the difference, right? Right? Here's the difference. Coming from where you are now, I need money, I want money. Firm and I don't have it. Go to the market like a crackhead trying to get the trades, trying to trade everything. Verse, yeah, it's all right. You can come to me. I'm rich. I'm successful. Oh, okay. There's a trade here today. Okay, let me bless it. Oh, my last one off. Okay. Oh, hit take profit. Oh, there's a trade. Oh, does it meet my criteria? Oh, it doesn't really matter because I'm successful. Just a just a chill guy. But I said, you know what I mean? It's like, bro, it's like those homeless people, bro, that are trying to pester you for money. Like, you know what I mean? That crackhead, let me get a hit. You ain't gonna give it to him. Versus someone who's trying to hustle, trying to maybe sell some water bottles or something. Yeah, sure, man. Here's some extra. I see you hustling. That's it. Just a chill guy, man. That's it, bro. I'm glad. So, like, if you want to have sort of the same organic experiences, bro, the like where I learned these concepts from is called on YouTube. And I'm yet to meet this guy. I will manifest him, right? I actually met his lookalike, and I thought it was him. His name's Julian himself, right? Uh, and he's got some fantastic. I think, yeah, yeah, he's got a really good course. Right there. But he's got some really good stuff on YouTube, bro, about this. About it's not what you do, it's who you are. You know, he's got some really good stuff about attracting. It's real deep inner stuff. He goes through some relationship stuff, but it's really like deep inner stuff. Really, really fantastic. But yeah, I hope that helped, man. And again, it's not what you do, it's the place it comes from, bro. You know, it's that abundant mindset so that you're attracting it because you get what you are, you know. Nero's knowledge. Is it the black guy with the glasses? Yeah, I've seen one of his videos. I don't know. I've only ever seen one of his videos, bro, to be honest with you. Yeah. Right, I see the time. We're gonna have to shoot in a second. But yeah, with this trade, brother, already mitigated. And last thing, right? Because of this mindset, you have heightened emotions, and your emotions are now clouding your judgment. You need to detox, you need to decompress. Like maybe, bro, I think you should take, it might not be the answer you want to hear. Maybe close the charts for a week or two, brother, and go through the Mark Douglases, go through the Randy Howes, you know? Meditate, definitely. Spend time honing your energy and think about your intentions and the place it's coming from. And just ask yourself why. You don't want, but that's it, exactly. That's the thing. Because if you can't walk away from the markets for a week, how the fuck are you going to stop taking a trade that doesn't meet your plan? Mm. But this is it, man. This is growth, brother. This is growth. This is what it is. It's this uncomfortable feeling, but that's how we overcome it. You know, it's the small steps, brother. It's the small self control, and also like look at the other areas in your life you don't control yourself. Look at the other areas in your life you're impulsive. You know, because how you do one thing is how you do everything. You know, when I was impulsive in the markets, I was impulsive in all my areas of my life. You know, I had sex addictions, I had drug addictions, I had no self control, right? I was poor with finances. And no wonder why I wasn't fucking profitable because I could not control myself. Self mastery, man. You know? Yeah. But it's good. But this is good because you're aware of it. You're getting there, you're aware of it. So, how you're going to get better at impulsiveness on the trading is stop being impulsive in real life, bro. It's stimulus, because here's the thing, right? It's stimulus and response. You have the external stimulus and you're reacting. There's a small gap, right? Where you can choose how you respond. And just taking that deep breath. You know, go on your phone right now, right now. Go on your phone, right? What am I doing? Right? Go on your alarms, right? And make a timer, right? For every hour, just to breathe. And every hour, bro, just take 60 seconds, mate, and just ground yourself. You need to ground yourself. Yeah, I have it on my phone because you're stuck in this law of hypnotic rhythm where you're going and going and going and going. You specifically because of the context with you and the things you told me, you need to slow down. Some people need to speed up, right? It's obviously different with each people, but that's your problem. It sounds like you're too aggressive. You need to be a bit more hesitant, I think. But this is the thing, you got to slow down to speed up. All right. And this is the thing with trading, bro. Like it requires the opposite mindset that we need for trading success. Slow down to speed up. Think of it like this, right? You want to jump, right? Let's say oh, for fuck's sake. I use some props, right? Oh, hello, Kaiser. Oh, okay, I gotta take him out in a sec. Let's say I want to jump this. Oh, for fuck! Like, I'm running out of hands, mate. Can I just have an extra hand? Let's say I want to jump this. Wait, let me use this, right? Let's say I want to jump this gap, right? And I'm standing here, all right? I can't just jump. I've got to go back a little bit and get a run up. There you go, Marco. Drop a gear and disappear. If you're driving in gear 4 in your car and you want to speed up, the quickest way, go to gear 3 and accelerate. So sometimes in life, right, and this is the thing with trading, because sometimes when you feel like you're not doing anything, you feel unproductive, you feel lazy. But that's why we have other hobbies and we do other things outside of trading. You know what I'm saying? Right. Let me have a look at this case study quickly, bro, and then we're going to call it a day because we've been here a minute. We're going to have another call this week again. I'm back home. I'm back in the office, so we're gonna run it as usual now. But yeah. So what we got here, brother? All right. So your booth, bro, was here, right? Because you remember your booth is your most recent reaccumulation that broke market cycle. But obviously distros, redistros, Um, mhm. All right. So so I need to see a screenshot of your P. Oh, wait there. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I need to see your POI. So because you have your POI, you got your booth, and you're playing out of here. What do? You then come down, you booth again. It looks all right. It looks order flowy, or technically you got a little redistro in there, and you're mitigating a redistro. Yeah, it looks good. If you didn't have the POI to the left, if you didn't have the POI to the left, bro, I would. If you didn't have the POI to the left, I would needed that to confirm the overall redistro. But I would look at this probably on a lower time frame so you can see the micro accum, the micro distro, and then the break of the redistro. But yeah, it looks clean. You got a redistro coming out of supply. It looks like there's some liquid. Did it sweep that high? I can't tell. Oh, it did, yeah. Okay, cool. If it didn't, I wouldn't have limited it. Mm. Unemployment claims. There's people in the job. Stocks going down. Makes sense. Sweep the Asia. Obviously, I'm guessing this was New York Stock Exchange open. It should have been 2 p.m. Can't trade it. Needs to be 2:30, bro. New York, the new, yeah. Unfortunately, um, yeah, that's it. I mean, you can collect data on it if you want. I already have. Um, my thing is this: if the New York, like the New York, the reason why is because the opening bell has a liquidity injection, and that liquidity injection creates manipulations. So I don't want to take a trade before the opening bell and get smacked out of the market for no reason. Like yeah, and that's when the volume is in. What you could have done, right, is also I don't know if you have access to seconds or lower time frames, bro. There's redistros in here on seconds time frames. You could stack the fuck out of short positions on them. But no, it's coming along. It is coming along. It's coming along nicely, bro. Yeah. Yeah, have a look at that. Let me know if you can find any redistros in there. I think there's one here, but you'd have to look on the lower time frame to validate it. All right, I appreciate everyone for attending. I'll catch you guys Wednesday, I think we said. I'm still happy to run a team training on the weekend. I just want to see, obviously, a little bit more requests for one, and then we'll if we get more requests for a team training, we can definitely do one. Let me know. But yeah, appreciate everyone hopping on. I'll drop all the recordings. I'll drop the links in the chats. Um, appreciate you guys for damn. We've been there 2.5 hours. Yeah, take care, guys. I'll see you in the chats. Anyone needs me, just reach out.